Okay, we are back online with the finals. Pistol round map number 1 is going live right now. Selfless on the T side, OpTic choosing to play on CT side right here on Overpass Dust. What are we expecting tonight?
Yeah, this should be an interesting game. Again, I've only seen Selfless play Overpass once with this current 5, and they did manage to find a win on it in that one game played. OpTic, when they used to be Conquest, had a history of being one of the better NA teams on Overpass, and certainly managed it well enough last night against Liquid to make it here to the finals. So this will be an interesting map, I think. I know the odds were heavily in favor of OpTic, but don't count Selfless out. They have some talent on this team, as we do see Stanislaw getting really aggressive at Long B for information. Will get caught by Selfless, who's just waiting for that. You know, like a perfect scout almost here from Selfless on what was going on there, and they'll have an instant 5-on-4.
Yeah, he just walks all the way out there alone, gets his head taken right off by 3 guns. And it looked like Nafly was getting a little bit aggressive too, wanting to just peek out and say, you know, are we sure that they're still there, or did they hightail it back out? So he peeks out. He's able to escape with his skin, and he has intel that, okay, there's still a couple of players lurking outside the B site. Selfless, not scared off, still hanging back about the execute on B.
It seems like it. Relics making a little bit of a presence over here at A, maybe to just hold some players in place, but it's certainly going to be a B hit coming through Monster here any moment now at the remaining 4 players, and they do have an even man situation, so yeah, here they come on the execute.
There's the nade coming in from Shazam. It's not going to do any damage. He lets one pass and then taps off the bomb carrier, so that's going to buy a lot of time. Mainline, though, all the way deep inside the site, pops one off, but in a 1 versus 2 situation, not going to happen. Daps finishes the round with pistol round victory for OpTic Gaming. Nice.
Yeah, really nicely done. A great recovery, considering the fact that Stanislaw went down so early on that monster push. Selfless had a bit of an advantage, maybe threw it away a bit, losing Relics over on the A side of the map, and just Naf and Shazam combining together for a couple of frags apiece to hold that late round execute. So Selfless still be on the 4 spy here. They didn't get a bomb plant, so we will see the Tech 9s and head armor out here. Looks like they, again, are working towards B with a couple of players, getting quick control of construction. But they will be able to use those stairs to traverse kind of back and forth. You see the rest of Selfless is actually anticipating maybe some stairs aggression. So they're just kind of sitting back and waiting to see if OpTic are going to get antsy and make some type of push on that side of the map. But so far, like it's a bit of a stalemate.
Feels like an elaborate fake right here. We're watching Mainline and Mitch right here making a big fuss at the B site. They end up getting smoked off and then backing off to regroup with the rest of their teams, who are charging straight in through bathrooms. I think it's going to be a really fast execute right here. So let's see. Nafly's the first one to spot somebody.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a team kill coming in from Uber. You can't do that, Uber. Relics headshot right there. They still are able to go ahead and take the site. Uber now got a good use. Drops one, but then he's taken out just from the corner of Bank. Mitch is going to be the last man standing. Nafly taking the 1v1 firefight. Trades out with Daps, who finishes the job.
So that certainly didn't look so good there from Selfless. Starting on execute with the team kill is certainly kind of putting yourself on the back foot a little bit. But get that one out of the way. This round will be another round where likely we won't see too much, as they won't even really invest anything into it, of course, waiting to get that full buy next round. So this should be OpTic having kind of passed the first hurdle, and they should be able to get the 3-0 start, avoiding any type of force buy shenanigans for now, as we do see them just holding on to a couple of SMGs, a couple of rifles in play as well, as we do see Selfless staging up mostly towards stairs and A. No presence at B this time around, and again, there's really not much they can do, save for maybe get a couple of crazy P250 kills. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see, as Naf might be here to cut him off right away with this MP9.
Yeah, but that position is very dangerous. You got Mitch on the one side and then Mainline on the other. Now, he heard some fire coming from below by stairs. Naf checks it out. Not going to find anything. Now he pokes up, finds himself in a real bad situation, and miraculously escapes out through squeaky door. He's going to take the fight with Stanislaw, who closes the door, and then they're going to go ahead and back off while Selfless resets.
Yeah, that's a good position for Stanislaw to bail Naf out of that. That was perfectly designed there by OpTic to get some information, but to be able to fall back if things got a little bit too scary. And so, good plan there. Now Naf will just hold an angle at the sandbags. He will find first blood here, but it is traded, and we are going to see Selfless try to execute on this B-bomb site.
Oh, the aggression coming in from Stanislaw. He just charges forward with the UMP, picks up 2 kills, and then backs off. So, staying alive. Backing up with Rush, and then Relics forces the issues. Able to get 1 entry, but Rush is right there, finishing it off with 2 kills at the end of the round.
So Selfless, while they were able to get a couple of kills there, didn't really do much, but it was to be expected. They didn't really have a whole lot to work with, but this is going to be their first buy round. But it's important to note that they are going to be still somewhat limited. You see, mainline here is only going to be on a Galil. Op is going to be out for Nifty, however. Still waiting to see what Relics is going to be working with here, as his money is a little bit low himself. He bought armor already, so he's at 3,300. He still could buy an AK, but it might limit his utility a little bit. And in general, Selfless doesn't have a whole lot of utility to work with, so we'll see what they can do. Seems like there was some type of tech issue with someone's microphone on one of the teams, so we're just kind of waiting for that to get resolved, and then we should be back into the game here in just a moment.
Well, this is going to be a very important round for both teams. First gun round underway, and you see the buys finalizing for OpTic Gaming, choosing to go ahead and put the AWP in Shazam's hands. This is actually really nice. Looks like it was bought by, had to have been bought by Naf over there, as he's sitting on top of $0 and tossed over to Shazam. So Shazam's going to have $5,200 at the end of this round. Yeah. Setting the team up very, very nicely economically going forward.
Absolutely, as we are going to see Selfless open up what looks to be fairly default. Relics has kind of been the new lurker on the team with Lucky gone, so he's kind of the one playing outside B right now. He used to be more of an entry fragger next to Uber, I think, early on in his time with this team. Kind of shifts to more of a support and, like I said, lurk role now. Mitch seems to be kind of playing the other solo position, which is kind of what I've been seeing a bit, but I think Mitch's role actually kind of fluctuates a bit. You may see him involved in executes as well. While Uber, of course, still leads the charge most of the time. And it looks like they do want to try to test the waters over here at long A. Relics is still alone over here at B, but Mitch is now joined up with the rest of his team, and they definitely want to assert some map control over here on the A side of the map. Shazam getting a little bit aggressive, but they're kind of bypassing him for the moment.
Yeah, this is perfect as they start creeping their way on up. Nobody is watching long at the moment. Shazam's in a position where he could be able to go ahead and pinch him off. Mainline works his way forward, so we're looking straight down the scope of Shazam. Oh, he backs off at just the wrong moment. Not going to be able to find that kill. Should have enough time to go ahead and repost, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's already got, Naf and A. Daps has even begun to rotate as well. Daps is usually one that kind of switches back and forth, but he's going to be here at A to defend against what looks to be a pretty late run execute on this site. But, I mean, OpTic are well set up for this, so Selfless is going to have a little bit of a trial by fire to get in here and get the job done. They really want to win around early here and start trying to, stop OpTic from jumping up to a big lead. So here's their opportunity, and we'll see if they can break through.
Oh, the timing on that grenade, though. Oh, there you go.
That's
your
my
first
one.
Reference. Speaking of the wall, yeah, there's a lot of smoke right there. A little kind of cracking it, but Shazam spots the player, misses the shot. That's okay. He's going to take the second boost. Oh, fails the boost. Trying to pop on top of Stanislaw. That's all right. Stan's going to go ahead and peek up, look for information. Bomb has been planted. Retake underway. They got good post-plant positions all the way at the backside towards bathrooms.
No utility for OpTic to block any of these guys off either, by the way. They got to go for the kills.
Nifty full patient. Watch in the corner. Oh, he scopes out just as Naflight pops around the corner. So now he knows that Naflight's in the sights. And it's up to Nifty all alone to go ahead and retake this. Bomb ticking away, the defuse underway. And yeah, he realizes I've got an expensive AWP. Best hang on to it.
And so OpTic elected to play for the retake there. They even got the initial kill on the round, but I think they tried to go for a quick boost. It didn't work, so the bomb went down in all of that process. They have to wait it out, but they get the job done, particularly Rush. That's kind of the guy who really won the round there for OpTic, pushing in the bathrooms, getting 2 kills, and getting them a man advantage to make sure they get the defuse. And Nifty was just not really in a position to be able to get back in there and do anything about it. So they will still have his op this round. They will upgrade some pistols around him. Or actually, no, they go straight up AKs. They did get the bomb plant, so they do have that money. Limited on utility again, however, is the point. But at least they have another crack at this game in this half with guns before they have to take a save, before they let OpTic build up a really big lead. So we'll see what they can do, as they seem to have a good focus here on B. They have construction control, but look at OpTic getting aggressive.
Already out. Rush crazy with the flash ball. Smile for the camera, sprays him down, and the 2 players out water instantly dead. But who's that? Relic's already dropped down inside, takes B. Calling for Nifty to go ahead and work his way on, and he plants the bomb while the rotation is underway. Shazam should be first one on the scene, peeking around the corner because one is smoked off at balcony. It's just going to be a super slow play. Nifty feels the need to go ahead and make a play himself, flashing Shazam out. Now he's posted. If Shazam peeks, he's dead. Oh, here comes Naf. Up top. Here's some noise. Fails the spray, does a little bit of damage, and then Shazam misses the shot. At this point, it's all over. 7 HP. Beautiful headshot with the Tech 9, but Relic's right there to make the trade.
There was an opportunity there for OpTic to make the retake work. Nav had a chance, missed his kill, so did Shazam, and that's pretty much what sealed the deal for Selfless. But have to give some huge credit to the new guy on the team, Mitch there. OpTic had an aggressive push in short B, got a couple of kills. It was looking pretty dangerous for Selfless, but you see Mitch come out with 2 kills on the retrade, get it back into a winnable situation, and there you have it. Selfless, they find their first round on the game. They need to be a little bit concerned about the money reset, but so does OpTic. Both teams have literally no cash right now. This round probably going to turn into a double save for whoever loses, so a lot on the line here in mainline. He's going to open up the round with the pick on the Shazam on the A side of the map.
Yeah, this is not Shazam's day so far. Missing a lot of little tiny shots here and there. And now Nifty opening up the bomb site with Naf. Daps is still sitting here playing by truck. There you go. Finishes one. That's going to be mainline. Also smoking. Smoke might actually work against him. No. All the players backing off from bathroom.
But Daps was making some big plays from that position yesterday against Liquid to try to save some rounds for OpTic. A good kill there, but now we see Selfless making an even bigger man advantage now. Stanislaw trying to even the odds a bit. He does get 1 kill, but his rotator, Daps gets caught by Uber. Nice shot from him, and Nifty closes out the round. So Selfless, they've won a couple of rounds here, and now they have OpTic, like I said, almost in double save territory. In fact, it could be something like that. So very likely we're going to see a tie game here soon, unless OpTic are able to pull out something crazy. So you got to give some props here to Selfless. They were off to a bit of a rough start, but they're already right back in the game in a big way.
Oh, this save round is just horrible right here. USP is all around with the exception of Shazam, who's got, what, a P250 for his troubles. And they're going to go ahead and full stack B. Not only full stacking, check this out, they rush all the way out. The first person they're going to have to deal with Relics. Relics seems to have an idea that they might be rushing, so he's just holding the angle. Are they going to check it? That's the question. Boom! There's 2 shots! And he's going to hold the spray down, finishing Nafline. Now Stanislaw knows he's low, finishes it off. That's 1 kill, but man, at what cost?
I mean, they all peeked Relics. They knew what was going on, but Relics comes up with 3 kills before getting traded out. Doing great work with that AK. It will get collected by Stanislaw, so that can get carried over to the next round potentially, which would be very useful because OpTic's money is going to be very tight. Going into the next round, they still could force something out next round, but it might include some FAMAS armor on some people and might not see an op involved, so it's going to be limited. That's certainly helping Selfless out, but Daps, maybe he pulls out some kind of ninja play here. Nope, gets busted by Mitch before he can swing around and stop the plant, and so now it's all up to Stanislaw with this AK, and he's actually looking for some kills.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, looking at the money situation, I might be choosing to go ahead and back off and play very, very conservatively, just so that you can make a little bit of damage, do a little bit of something going into the next round. He's just going to hold the angle tight. Mitch is hurt, though, jumping around, almost as though to bait out Stanislaw, and it works. In Stanislaw's favor, that is, taking the shot. No time. Stanislaw says, I'm out of there.
Not quite yet. Then they go back and revisit Bank once again just to see if he can peek into long. Does some damage, but gets killed. And yeah, you gotta wonder a bit if maybe he should have just backed off. I guess he knows that Selfless's money is not that great yet, so he's trying to force some rebuying, trying to keep their economy under control. But it's also at the cost of having to dip into his pockets a bit more than what he would have had to if he could have carried that AK over. But regardless, that's kind of a debate you sometimes have to have, and Stanislaw chose to go for the beginning argument there. Didn't work out as well as he had hoped for, but they're still on a decent buy here.
Might be the difference. Might be the difference between an op in Shazam's hand this round and that M4.
You are going to see Daps jump peeking here. Relics has spotted it. He's waiting for Daps to do it again. Says, come on. Love to see that happen. Just a default opening here from Selfless. Relics over here towards Long B. Going to put some spam through Monster. Just barely misses the player there. I believe that was Stanislaw who almost took some bullets in the face. But the spam from Nav! Catching Nifty. I think he jump spotted the window, saw the player, spam through, does get the kill. So well done. Mitch looking for the trade, but Nav's way out of there.
Oh, that's got to rattle Selfless at this point. Rush is going to go ahead and get just a little bit aggressive, pushing up towards bathrooms. Didn't see who threw that smoke. Now bathrooms are blocked off. Mainline pushes through. We didn't catch that on camera, but it gives Rush 1 free kill. Mitch is going to go ahead and try to trade it out. and walks right into the waiting gun. So it's just one-on-one fights going in the favor of Rush. It's up to Relics and Uber all alone now.
Yeah, they just keep trying to push Rush for the trade, but Rush just keeps delivering frags for his team. He's at 3 already on the round, could get a 4th, as he does get Relics really blind, doing a lot of damage, and yeah, he will finish it all. So Rush just with the solo effort in bathrooms, shutting that down, but you got to give some props to Naf. That was a big spam kill over there by Stairs to, you know, give OpTic the early advantage and kind of put Selfless maybe a little bit on tilt, as Selfless still have a little bit of money to work with here. It does mean that a couple of players have to be on just Tech 9s, but Nifty can still get his op. They still have a couple of AKs out there on Mitch and Uber, who are probably going to be their stronger riflers anyhow, so
I'd like to talk Rush up about, you know, after that round, scoring 4 kills like that, but really Selfless just, you know, throwing more meat in the grinder.
Certainly true, as Selfless is going to fight for construction control again here. Again, staging up for what could be some type of B hit. They have Nifty's op, which might be leading Monster here soon, trying to get this pick onto Dats behind the barrels. Everyone else gearing up to attack Sandbag. The smoke has been put out, though, so it may slow it down a bit. Stanislav's even going to take a more aggressive position here now just to clear Sandbags out.
He's got the information. Selfless yet to execute, but based on the bomb's position, they certainly want to use something quite possibly heavy smoke strat. Stanislav's peeking for intel. I don't think he actually saw anybody at water just yet. He doesn't seem to be aware that construction's a threat.
Well, not quite yet, but we are going to see Stanislav boosted, so they seem to be prepared for some type of B attack, and here come the smokes and nades against Stanislav. Boosted up, but he's been spotted and he was blind, so he couldn't get any kills. All but Shazam now.
Yeah, Shad's going to be shut down, so it's up to Daps just to stay alive in the site and hold off until the rotation comes underway. They know exactly where he is. Stands right in the middle of this fire, burned to death by Mitch. Bomb's going to be planted now. Nav and Rush smoked and blinded. There's almost nothing they can do, Dust.
No, not at all. I mean, Shazam was kind of the last defense left that needed to get something done to buy time for the rotate, but he couldn't find the kill. Neither did anyone else on that main B defense. So Naf is just kind of sitting here. Look at Relics. This is a crafty little boost. Might catch this player completely off guard. Naf does get away, however, will retreat back over towards along with Rush. They'll try to carry these AKs over to the next round because, again, their money has been reset, so they don't have a whole lot to work with in their bank. So carrying these AKs over, very important, but there's certainly some players giving trace, includes Relics, but he was the only guy that went for it and he didn't get the job done. So a couple of rifles will carry over for OpTic, but Self is still certainly in the driver's seat for now.
Seemed like the kiss of death yesterday for OpTic Gaming whenever they were struggling was simply not having enough rounds where they could put the AWP into the hands of Shazam. And now I'm a little concerned that they might be falling into this same sort of trap here. If the economy remains super, super low, you don't see the AWP. Famas this time going out into his hands, and the team deploys. Basic standard setup over here with Shazam and Affly getting a little bit aggressive. Might see a firefight early on with Mitch. There it is. Both come charging in, and it's a CT-sided trade, but the problem is that's going to put an advantage in the hands of the T's. Yeah,
it does give you a slight edge as a terrorist take an even trade. Not to mention they have Shazam down very low on HP, so that helps them out even more as they are going to bring that bomb over towards Long A. Relic still trying to hold people in place over here on the B side of the map. That spam alerting to Shazam that someone's at Monster, so he does just kind of hold his position at stairs. No one from B is rotated either, so it's really just going to be up to this Bathrooms player to try to hold this thing off for now until that rotate can come set in.
Well, good for him. Rush is actually already starting to pre-rotate on in. There's a flash, so Daps should hear the execute underway. Holding this angle with CZ75. It's just such a long-range angle. It's going to be really hard to win this firefight against rifles. Just kind of playing around the angle. Now Rush is in position as well. Baiting these players in. Jewel peeking around the corner, and there's one. Rush peeks him. Nifty takes his head off, but it is still 1-for-1 trade. Daps is where one person's down by backwards. That's an easy kill. And he goes searching for the next. Not going to happen.
Nice little 1v1 now. Daps played so patient. He's killed the clock. He's gotten the bomb down, but all down to this.
Well, Stanislav, he's found himself an M4. Or that has himself an M4 climbing around the corner. Bomb finally planted. There's Relics. Beautiful spray. Not enough for help. Relics jumps on top of the box. Stanislav still able to find the target, dropping the player with lots of time on the clock. He's got the kit 2 kills at the end of the round and the defuse.
Just a crazy close round there. Selfless probably feels like they got robbed a little bit. They were doing all the right things. They had pulled the big rotate with their initial pick. They were able to get into A pretty much for free. They thought everything was good to go, but they just didn't quite clear out bathrooms. Dap's able to get the bomb down initially, buy some more time for OpTic to rotate, and then they get it into a 1v1, which Stanislaw is able to come up with. So that's a big round win for OpTic. It kind of holds Selfless off. Selfless keeps knocking on the door of a tie game, but OpTic so far have been able to kind of just hold them off. We'll see if that trend continues here, as we are going to see Selfless getting control of this construction area. They've been doing this a lot. If they're not doing their default, this seems to be their other go-to play, and their B hits have been pretty well coordinated. You know, for a team that's a little bit newer together as a 5, they seem to have decent, I guess, just natural teamwork.
Ooh, Shazam's going to go ahead and miss that off shot. Mainline walks around, ends up knocking on Heaven's door. Compliments of Stanislaw holding the line at construction. That's going to put a little bit of doubt in Selfless's execution right there. They're going to back off. Looks like they're actually smoked off as well. Trapped in a really rough situation. They're not sure if stairs is going to be clear. Bomb rotating all the way back out. They're going to try something new.
They'll leave a couple of players here in construction and try to see if they can't hold some people in place. But yes, that bomb is making its way back around towards the parks. But Shazam's going to find Mitch. So now it's even more of a disadvantage for Selfless. Only 3 guys left, and they're pretty spread out here with Uber still remaining in construction. He does take out Shazam. So maybe he'll hold some presence at B, but I mean, obviously the 2A defenders have no incentive to rotate yet. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty much an even battle on this side of the map, with Stanislaw being in a pretty good position to rotate quite quickly.
Naf just spotted one out of the corner of his screen. That's going to be Nifty and Relics working their way up long. Nade, not going to do much damage. Beware the jump scout. Not doing damage this time around. Ooh, get out of the fire. And then Daps gets smoked. The Rush taking the fight straight up towards bathrooms, and Uber's waiting right there for him. Uber and Relics now pushed all the way back by bathrooms. Now it's going to start taking this position, which will buy time for the defuse. Uber's able to drop him and make short work, leaving Relics all alone. Oh, he should have been able to nail that shot.
So close. That could have been the win right there if Relics connects one of those bullets, but just doesn't quite do it. And so OpTic are going to take it. Now they're up 7-4. Selfless money has finally been broken. Even with the bomb plant, there's not quite enough to do a full buy, but they are going to force up what they can. They're going to get full Tech 9s out, except for Uber, who was able to pick up an AK. So, I mean, I think they just smell blood in the water. They know OpTic's economy is very light. I guess they just want to force up, see if they can't punish that, and work towards that tie finally. But they have to get through a bit proper B defense, and Nifty, he's able to deliver the first blow. Even might find a second one, and he does. Wow.
He don't care. Just running straight through the fire, utilizing that flash grenade. Nobody expects that. And yeah, just like that, B site falls very quickly. You see Shazam trying to do a little bit of work here. The question is he going to look to the right? Nope, not at all. Relics finishing it off with a Tech 9, and OpTic aiming in danger of getting ecoed here. Look at all these rifles picked up now by Selfless. Everybody's got armor, so it's looking like a full-on buy round. Yeah, nothing that can be done. Rush. Yeah, he's going to get peeked. Shoots Mitch in the foot. Finishes the job.
I mean, Selfless's entries tonight have been quite potent, and it's not just one player doing it. It's different people at different times stepping up and making plays. I mean, even that last round that they lost, they had no business even having a chance at winning the round. There was a 2-on-4. They still got a bomb plant, got it into a winnable situation for Alex. Yeah, he didn't come up with it, but it's still very dangerous, and it just goes to illustrate that Selfless has been pretty good executing these sites. They've got a lot of bomb plants this game. They have quite a bit of rounds, and right there, they still went away from OpTic. And look at the repercussions of that. There's not much money here for OpTic, so Selfless, they might just finally have put themselves in position to tie this game up. We're going to see OpTic actually force up. They know their money is going to be low the next couple of rounds, so they figure they might as well get something going this round.
That's smart. Flashbang's coming out. Selfless trying to take a little bit of a fight, but look at all this aggression coming in from Nap and Rush. Oh, the
Ooh.
beautiful dual nade combo coming in. Nafly finishing Nifty off. So there's the AWP, or the AWPer for Selfless, instantly down. Bomb still loitering outside by Parks. And Selfless have to really think about what they want to do now.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a common spot to play the hold for long A pushes, so OpTic elect to go ahead and nade stack it, and they will get the kill, get an AK down off of Selfless. So an early 5-on-4 here for OpTic. They don't get too greedy, they go ahead and back off. They're just going to play default positions now. Meanwhile, Selfless pretty spread thin, but they will start gathering up now over here towards the middle area, even flashing long A to see if they can get some control over there as well. So it seems like they do want to focus on A for now. And again, even in rounds where Selfless has been a man or two down, they've still been pretty successful in getting some picks and working the bomb into the site. So I don't want to put it past them. They could certainly still pose a threat this round.
Yeah, the team certainly has some teeth with AK-47s. They got the gun advantage for sure. Good use of the molly. Unfortunately, no CTs located at that tight corner. Uber's going to be the first one in. Nice counter flashes, though. It's going to block him off down by now. Some information. Oh, the lineup and the spray down. Nap for two. Mitch attempting to get entry, but Relics finds himself all alone. Ends the round. 3 up, then naded by Stan.
And Relics posing a little bit of a problem there for a moment with a few kills, but it's going to be OpTic who are going to pull it out. The 4-spy back-to-back for both teams has panned out, which has left OpTic still ahead. And Selfless's dreams of tying this thing up anytime soon still a bit off, but they're going to force back up themselves for every one of these crazy 4-spy exchanges here at the end of the half. Both teams are trying to fight to get an advantage. You know, Selfless trying to get back into the game and keep it close. OpTic trying to pull way out in front. We'll see which one of those goals is going to be met, as we are going to see Selfless gathered upstairs. They've pushed through mid already, and they're going to be charging in here fast, guns blazing.
Yeah, just charging right through the smoke. No fear. And Shazam, Nav, looked like they were going to go ahead and get caught out with their grenades out, but no, Nav turns it into a 6K round. Mainline just motoring right through this. The rotation is just too fast. Somehow these two teams are still alive. Mainline tagged out after dropping 3 relics. He finds himself stuck on truck. Didn't mean to be a rapper right there, but Rush finished the job.
Yeah, a crazy stat for you. In the last 4 rounds that OpTic have won, in each of them they've never had more than 2 players left. That just goes to show you how close these rounds have really been. It might be a 9-5 score, potentially 10-5, but this has been such a tight race in this half when you look at it round for round. So a really, really good game that we have in our hands at this moment. But OpTic are looking to see if they can't go ahead and get that double-digit score for the half. You know, build up that lead even more going into their own terrorist side. And Selfless, they've been really successful on some of these coordinated B hits, so they're going to go back to that here in their last attempt at putting up a round in this half.
That's about it, but look at Stanislaw pushing up real close. Doesn't know if the players pushed all the way into... Whoa! Coming out through the smoke. That's going to be Uber. Catches Stanislaw off guard, so sneak peek play not working out just yet. Daft somehow stays alive.
Wow.
And Toxic drops, what, 1, 2, 3 players? And then finally traded on out, but Relics finds himself alone. 1 and 2. Round ought to go to OpTic Gaming so long as they play this thing smart. There's 1. Rush. Pushes the angle. Takes a tremendous amount of damage right there. He was at 5 HP dust before getting dropped.
What a close half, man. Like I said, those last 5 round wins for OpTic were super stressful. You know, coming down to a lot of 1v1s or 2v1s. It was certainly never a breeze for OpTic to get around on Selfless when it came towards the end of that half. But they do get the job done. Nonetheless, they win out all those clutch situations, and that's why they're up 10-5 right now. So Selfless, when you look back at that half, they got to be thinking to themselves, man, we had them. We had so many chances to get rounds and tie it up.
Oh, they
and
did.
They just couldn't win a clutch.
Oh, they absolutely did. In fact, look at that. 1, 2, 3. I guess it was just 3 diffused rounds. It really felt like there were more bomb plants that didn't quite go for them. They certainly took the sites, though. Plenty of times, charging on in a B site specifically. Yeah,
even look at that round right there.
Lot.
Uber leading the charge with the Tech 9 for 2 entries. Very reminiscent of what Nifty did earlier in the half. But this time around, Dap stayed so patient at the barrels. Winds up coming up with 3 frags to kind of save the round, put his team in a clutch situation, which they were able to come up with yet again. So even though Dabs is actually one of the bottom fraggers, I guess, with 8 kills, he has had some impact with the few frags he has gotten compared to the rest of his team. So really well done for him.
It's worth noting also that Nafly and Relics, both on opposite teams here, have both done 120 plus ADR, which is just a phenomenal number. It's going to be a really fast fight over here in Stairs. I don't know how these players stay alive so long. Finally, the CT's come out on top, Nifty finishing Shazam off before Rush goes ahead and backs off, and he's going to go ahead and escape with his skin intact. But look at this bathroom control.
Yeah, big aggressive Selfless maneuver now from Selfless. They do get a kill, but they have a couple of low health players. If OpTic can find those players out, there's still a chance for them to reel this one back in, but they certainly are working at a disadvantage.
Okay, so OpTic has creeped all the way onto the B site without being spotted. Now a couple of shots being exchanged at long range. Relics, Nap drops one, and Relics is just going to try and stay alive. Hiding in Garden over here. He finally found out he's bought enough time for mainline to start rotating on in. Some of these players are really, really low. Well, one of these players is low. That's going to be Rush. He's playing the low HP game, just trying to stay alive, baiting out these shots. He's doing a great job right here. Baits one out, ends up finishing the job. Go for the knife! Not going to happen. Mainline finishes one. A little bit of a risky play, but at 4 HP, what can you do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he felt pretty confident his team was going to wind up closing out the round. He figured he'd just try to see if he couldn't grab some extra cash. Didn't pan out, but no problem. Naf with a huge first half and now a huge pistol round. He had 4 kills on that round, despite the fact OpTic were a man down pretty early on from that stairs aggression. Naf helps them bring it right back, and now they're setting themselves up to have a pretty big lead. And despite how close this game has been round for round, they might even pull out a one-sided map victory here, as long as they can keep up this pace.
Yeah, all OpTic has to do really is run away with this. Selfless is going to respond with a very hard, aggressive push right up mid, and they're going to pick up one, but Rush on the other side of the playground. Corner, no trades coming in whatsoever. It's up to Naf. What is this? Suddenly, Daps and Naf finish the job, shutting down that Selfless push, which really got Selfless an early advantage over there, leaving Relics isolated at the B site.
Really scary, especially when you saw Rush swing out so wide, exposing himself to 3 players instead of maybe playing a safer angle. And that's when it really got out of hand. But Daps and Naf, they're able to work themselves back into an advantage. Now they have a 3-on-1. They're working themselves towards long A. They got the bomb. They got plenty of time. But Relics is actually here, but he doesn't have any armor, so he has to make some crazy CZ shots here.
Okay, well, he's aware of exactly what's going on. Ooh, ducks into the corner, trying to do some ninja play. Oh, CC75 gets himself in a good deal of trouble. Still able to go ahead and finish Danizel off, so that's going to force up a couple of rebuys going on. Well, I guess we're not so concerned about rebuys at this point. Still, making it costly for Team
Absolutely.
Selfless.
And that's what Selfless has been doing most of the game now. When you look at maybe the last 8 or so rounds that we've seen played, it's been like this, these close rounds. Unfortunately for Selfless, they just can't pull one out of the hat yet. Again, they haven't got on guns quite yet this half, so we certainly can't count them out. Maybe eventually they'll break through. But for now, OpTic continues to build up the lead. They're up 13-5. Daps here in the stairs, going to find out kills with Mac 10 already.
Okay, 2 SMG kills, make that 3. Tries to go for 4. That's all right. Suddenly Uber finds himself completely isolated and not even able to pick up any weapons whatsoever. CC75 wants to go find that SMG from Daps, but he knows he's being chased down. Stanislaw finishes the job, and those were, our, I think, all SMG kills going for OpTic Gaming, so no problem building up the bank. And yeah, with 8.7 on Daps, might be seeing an op coming out very early in Shazam.
Yeah, absolutely. Shazam's going to pass that AK over to Daps that he had recycled, and the op will get dropped to him. And he's certainly been the more quiet player on his team right now, but he hasn't had the op a whole heck of a lot. And again, we talked about how that was kind of a problem against Liquid. Once he got the op in his hands against Liquid, he wound up putting up some good map scores. It was just he had a slow start to all the maps when the economy was bad. So, I mean, in this game, it hasn't mattered so much because everyone else on his team has been, firing pretty well. But this is a big round here. This is Selfless's chance to get back into the game. This might be one of their last chances to do it.
Daps. Oh. Peaker advantage takes mainline. Relics right there to trade. But Relics is going to find himself pinched off. Somehow gets one more kill before being shut down by Stanislaw. So 3-3, equal odds. OpTic Gaming going to back off, pick up the bomb, and reset.
Yeah, so it's OpTic's opening default, but their default is a little bit different. Seems like Naf and Daps have switched sides. I saw this yesterday as well, where it used to be Daps kind of lurking outside B. Now it's Naf. Daps working the stairs, and he's able to get the first kill. Now it's traded down to a 3-on-3. Bomb tucked in over here towards T-spawn, actually. Naf looks like he's going to bring it over here, possibly towards Monster. Uber is actually at B by himself. So a lot of time on the clock left, but it's starting to tick down, and based on OpTic's positioning, it seems like they're pretty committed to going ahead and attacking into this B bomb site. So Uber's going to have to come up big. He's not really getting any information. He's playing in between Monster and Short, and it's depending on the timing here, he may or may not see them gathered up before he can call for that rotate in time.
All right. Uber, yeah, could find himself in a really tough spot, looking in the wrong direction. Now chooses to peek the angle. That timing, though, takes one, gets the information. Trouble is he's not able to go ahead and stay alive, preventing the bomb plant. What is this, Nifty?
Holy.
I think he was balcony. Single shot. Bomb now goes down 1 and 2. Shazam in smoke. They know exactly where he is. Nice vertical pop flash. So he's able to go ahead and back off towards pillar. Trying to isolate this in a 2 individual 1v1s.
Oh no, gets caught the molly out. No.
Yeah, the molly. I understand what he's trying to do. Just block that player off, but you can't get caught without
pulling out nades in 1v1s can be so dangerous. Especially when you don't know where he is.
Alright, so Selfless going to have just a little bit of steam coming into them right now. Lots of money on the board.
Gotta give props to Nifty, actually. That shot he got on the first guy trying to
that
plant
shot was nuts.
Key.
Where was he? Was he in balcony?
I'm not 100% sure, but that was the shot of shots to, you know, get that in a winning position for Selfless. He's actually been pretty quiet most of this game, as well as mainline, but that was a big-time shot there from him.
Every time I see Nifty, I think, poor Whitmer. Poor Whitmer.
Okay.
All right. That's it. That's all. I feel bad for the kid, man. You're gonna see pop flashing right through the smoke. Mainline trying to get sneaky beaky, pushed up on top of that smoke wall. Doesn't work. Rush. Solid entry fragger. Game that play, picking up a free frag for OpTic.
Selfless needs to be careful here because their money could very easily get reset, and that could mean OpTic skating on the map point. But Nifty, again, had a quiet overall game. Big kill last round to save the day, and he opens up with a kill here to keep it even, but still, of course, slightly favoring OpTic, as we do see Dap still in the stairs. Naf still lurking outside B. Daps will open the door, but only to find Uber awaiting him on the other side, and will lead to Selfless taking an edge back now in this round, as the rest of OpTic will gather up over here towards middle and look to see if they can't still attack into this A bomb site, but there are 2 defenders in the area.
Ooh. Naf spots Uber out, so they still know one's there. Naf's probably going to be quite happy that no one else is out water. He's not aware that Mitch is standing there waiting. He's going to go ahead and back on off. Mitch heard that, which should call an immediate rotate and an immediate flank by Mitch. You're going to watch out for this player right now. Nobody's watching for him, so if he just comes around the corner, he can come up absolutely huge. That one entry allows the player to around the corner.
No.
Stanislaw, what are you doing? Turns around, finishes Mitch off, leaving Relics all alone to defend the bomb site. 1 and 3. Stanislaw's really, really low, but I don't think it's going to help.
Yeah, you feel like that round kind of hinged on whether or not Mitch was going to be able to get the job done on the flank, but Stanislaw just catching on to it too quick. Mitch not able to hit the shot, and so OpTic are going to get up to 14. And again, economy absolutely ruined for Selfless. They couldn't have had their money reset in a worse time than now, at least when it comes to this map. And now OpTic, a very good chance just to move on to map point. You can see Selfless not buying into this too much. No armor. So they're just going to play for OT at this point, which is going to be certainly a tall task when you're going to have to try to put up, you know, 9 rounds in a row to still have a shot at this map.
Oh, my heart goes out to Selfless right there. They picked this map against OpTic Gaming thinking that they've found some sort of hole, some sort of weakness. OpTic so far undefeated on Overpass, looking to improve upon that record. Nifty takes a long-range USP battle against an AK-47, but Rush, such a good entry fragger. Going to pick up yet another first frag right there. And one by one, the CTs are falling. Uber. Yep, expected by Naf. Found out.
So it's all on mainline, and obviously there's not much he can look to do. He just catches someone horribly off guard. But Matt is going to run to the Mac 10 adapts, and so it's going to be 15-6. And what was... I mean, when people look back on this game, if OpTic go and win this 16-6, they'll probably think, wow, that was just a blowout win for OpTic. But it really wasn't. When you look at the last part of the first half, the last 6 or so rounds, very tight. A lot of clutch situations. It's unfortunate for Selfless that pretty much all of them went in OpTic's favor, and that's kind of continued over here on this side of the map as well. And this is now Selfless's last chance. This is their map pick. This is the one they thought they could pull over on OpTic. But they may not do it. A huge monster push coming in to try to seal the deal.
Yeah, a couple of flashes coming in, but they've already taken position just outside, and it's going to be over CZ75. Just tough weapon to hold the angle. Lots of shots going down. This player's not dead just yet until Rush just pops up, gets in his face, shutting him on down. Mitch on fire, manages to go ahead and escape the fire, but puts him out of position, giving Sandoval the frag. And it's really up to mainline, rotating on in, picks up one single kill. Shazam's holding the angle, misses yet another AWP shot on these hard angles, so he's really struggling today. In fact, yeah, Shazam bottom frag so far, 9-4-15. Mainline forces his way on in. Not meant to happen though. Stanislaw peeks the angle. Might have done better. Just work the smokes to his advantage. Kind of work his way around, tap the bomb, and force OpTic to go ahead and make a play.
Yeah, so again, when you look at the first half, it's a little bit deceiving to see 10-5 because it really was much closer than that. But OpTic, again, in all those close situations, were just a little bit better. Were able to find just a bit more when they dug deep for it. And so they're able to come up with the big half. And in that second half, it was pretty much no contest, right? OpTic didn't let up. They gave up one round, but then they immediately reset their opponent's economy and then just absolutely whitewashed them from that point forward. So it's going to be 16-6. The map pick from Selfless does not pan out for them, and so now we will move on to the map pick of OpTic, which is going to be Mirage. Now, all hope is not lost. Selfless have shown us a little bit of something on Mirage whenever they played earlier in this tournament against Energy.
Dust.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely destroyed Energy on Mirage in the semifinals. So, and that's the only time they've played it as a 5. But again, OpTic has had a pretty good track record themselves on Mirage lately. So it could be a 2-0, but there's some hope for Selfless.
OpTic love to let Mirage be chosen. I mean, if you look at their ban pick history over here, they never ban it. They very rarely pick it. That's why I was so surprised when they went ahead and picked this map. But they're always happy to allow it to happen.
Right.
They've been extremely exceptional on it. In fact, of all the games that I've looked at, they've played it an equal number of times to Cobble and Cash. That's 6 times in the past few games that I've actually looked at myself. They like this, right? They have exercise strategies. They're very effective. We saw them take what most impressed me, I think. We saw them take Tempo Storm all the way to overtime, which really is OpTic style, isn't it? Going all the way to overtime and then beating them. This is a Brazilian team on Mirage. I mean, it's just kind of their bread and butter, and then they take the fight to them and win. I know the Go Lounge odds were favoring OpTic Gaming going into this. Now that they've taken Overpass so convincingly, 16-6, now we're looking at Mirage. Man, I feel for Selfless Gaming because they really are.
I feel for them just from watching the rounds. Again, when people look back on this score, they probably won't realize unless they had watched the game, but it really was closer than 16-6.
It was.
So,
it was.
A decent try there, but it just wasn't enough to handle OpTic, and so they're one map away from being the first NA representative for that 125K finals in London at the end of April here in the first qualifier bracket over in the CEVO Gfinity Pro League Season 9.
Yes.
So
we
will take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have map 2, so stay tuned, folks.